the tournament. You just doubled your money. That's so much more money. I don't got that kind of cash. If I had that kind of cash, Austin, we wouldn't be casting together.
That is absolutely true.
I'd be doing other stuff with my time.
A lot of conversations about this.
If I just had a little bit more money.
William said that if he Freaky Friday'd with LeBron James, he wouldn't even let me into the mansion.
Not even a little bit.
I would be standing out there at the gates. What would you be like? Who you? Who dat?
If I had $300 million in my bank account right now, Austin, I would give you 10 bucks. All right, so we have the draft started. We've got the Wyvern, which has been a very good pick for OG, but instead it's been stolen by Winstrike. And alternatively, you've got Nature's Prophet.
Turn to ban.
It's a very strong hero against. That
finally get that Pugna too.
That is a super good response to Wyvern and Ursa. Right? Like Cold Embrace, like Pugna loves it when you Cold Embrace. He's just gonna life drain and blast you, and then he's a great counter pick to Ursa with the Decrepify. Wyvern was supposed to be a good choice against the Nature's Prophet, but seeing these first two pickups, I feel like OG does have an advantage. But they also reveal two of their cores initially.
Yes.
So
I think Wyvern is actually quite nice against Nature's Prophet.
Yes.
Although Pugna is good against both of those heroes. Because you can just decrep whoever gets cursed up.
That's what I'm saying, dog. I'm down with the Wyvern versus Nature Prophet. I think that was very smart, but then they just opened themselves up to a really good Pugna pick.
And obviously you said about the Ursa.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Ursa's such a weird hero. You already know my gripes with that hero. Although I think I saw an Ursa win recently.
What are your gripes with that hero?
I just feel like he doesn't win you the game. He wins you the lane, but he's not a game winner. And I notoriously hate those like game-winning non...
So wait, do you also hate TA? Because I feel like they're very similar heroes.
No, because I think TA just has much more farming potential, and she just does things more. She's like more reliable.
Yes.
Because if you get behind on the hero, because you just hit ancients. Yeah, it's like you can't do that.
And I would say she also carries the game harder than Ursa.
Oh, for sure. Well, because she has traps. That's like the main thing. You have a built-in Earth Shock.
Yeah.
You've got traps. It does damage too.
The biggest characteristics that they share is the fact that they both win their lane and they're great Roshan heroes.
I mean, I think that Ursa is just kind of like a, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan. I see EG use it very well, and what they do is that they just make S4 play it. They're like, S4, it's you. Go on, dude. Good luck.
Vici Gaming beat Virtus Pro with the support Ursa today.
God. Every time that's successful, it just makes me a little bit sad. Because, guys, no offense, but none of you should try it.
10 seconds
None of you will make it work. None of you are the chosen ones.
5
if you've got a problem with that, please tweet at Dota Capitalist with your concerns about how I flamed you. But
see, here's the thing. Blitz said that I couldn't make it, and I may only be a 3K player. But I feel like because I watch professional Dota and I really understand the drafting, I call heroes all the time, I really feel like that my mindset is in a 7, maybe even 8K player level.
Even 8.
But the 3K level, the trench that I'm stuck in, it's a team game, you know? And if my teammates can't listen to me, how could I possibly get to the 8K player level that I am?
Indeed, indeed. As Earthshaker's picked up.
I like the bans from Winstrike, the Arc Warden, Drow Ranger.
Yeah, big fan. I think Drow's really nice against Earth.
Yeah.
Plus, you have 2 range heroes ready, so it pairs up well.
Yeah. Earthshaker.
10 seconds
good answer
remaining.
to Nature's Prophet. I think he's pretty good versus Pugna as well.
5 seconds remaining.
You got a lot of catch on Winstrike. A lot of catch.
Yes, sir.
You've got a blinking Ursa slow, and then you've got the range of Wyvern, Winter's Curse is really long range, Earthshaker, Fisher, and Blink Echo Slam. I think OG, they put a lot of eggs in the winning lanes basket.
Yeah.
With Nature's Prophet Pugna.
I wonder what so your Wyvern has been taken away, which has been Jerax's hero, his Tour de Force hero. I mean, you're gonna take towers fast, like you said. It's like you have a lot of push. Your laning is pretty good. What's been popular lately?
When you have pushing cores, what kind of supports do you want?
You want catch, so that if the game goes terribly, for whatever reason, you can kind of recover.
What about?
Let me see what they picked with Go to buff OG.
Dire team's turn to pick.
I will, you know, I know it's Thompson and everything. I will put a small little note that it's entirely possible they run a 4-position pug. There's been a lot of those at this tournament. I don't think they're going to.
I need to look at their mind skis here.
But anything is possible. Rubik against Earthshaker. Instant disable against Ursa.
Okay,
I think it's
10 seconds
pretty nice
remaining.
against Winter Wyvern as well.
Flopson played Lena in that game.
5
They had
seconds
a
remaining.
Drow, Anna, and they had Silencer plus Earthshaker themselves. Silencer would be pretty nice here.
No. That was first ban. They take away all the obnoxious supports on Winstrike.
Yeah, and they took the Wyvern themselves. It's good.
Shame.
So what do you think? Who's playing that Rubik? Who's playing that Rubik?
You know, I kind of like...
Why did he change his name to Flopson? It's just
Flop
a meme.
name.
That's pretty funny. I like that.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to laugh at yourself.
I was going to say I like Windranger for OG, but... Got Wyvern on Winstrike. I kind of wanted to like a scaling support, you know? I like Windranger versus Ursa. Core hero for Winstrike. They're the ones picking after all. Pugna, Nature's Prophets. You could run the a lot of people have liked picking Necrophos against Nature's Prophet, but then you're picking Necrophos into Pugna. That feels
Radiant
pretty bad.
team's turn to pick.
Windranger at
I
your
really
service.
hate playing Necrophos into Pugna.
So they're gonna do a core Windranger.
Yeah. Because the thing is, even if you get a Hood, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel very good.
You can't do anything about life drain. It's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
annoying.
Iceberg is so sick Windranger.
Yeah, he is. Have they been playing Windranger?
I have no idea.
I didn't.
This
I
is the
didn't see
first
it in
Winstrike
their-
game.
I didn't see it in the drafts that I looked at.
We've been casting we've been here for like 14 hours a day, and so I get one game a day that I get to watch at the very end. And so far, that is not
you, you haven't chose a Winstrike game yet?
If I'm just
What do
being
you
honest
mean?
here, I don't go back and watch Winstrike games in the comfort of my hotel room. I've been choosing all of the liquid ones.
You didn't choose the team that was 3 and 9 or whatever?
I also got to see
10
a
seconds
VTJ
remaining.
still.
Yo, did they do it? Are they doing Thompson Invoker and they're doing a 4-position Pugna?
Hell yeah.
I just
5
want to
seconds
point
remaining.
out that I said that was a possibility.
Madcap, your ability to praise yourself is just, out of all the casters, it's by far, maybe, actually, you might not even be the best at that, because Toby does exist. So, you might not even be the best at that shitty thing.
What does OG take for their safe lane here? What do they need? Weaver? I know they're facing a Wyvern, but Weaver's super good versus Ursa. You can get an MKB versus Windranger.
Yeah, I think Weaver's just good against Ursa. In
Yeah.
general, he's good against Earthshaker, like all the blink counselors and everything like that is nice. I like
Radiant
it.
team ban.
They're gonna take away Spec.
Although you'd be playing, yeah, I mean you have Rubik on your team, so you don't really
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
have to worry about that. What good stuff is there for Rubik to steal? Fissure, Power Shot, Shackle Shot. Don't take Fury Swipes. That's a bait. Wah, 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 wah. That's definitely a
10
bait.
seconds remaining.
Dude, he could take Fury Swipes after he steals Arctic
5
Burn.
seconds remaining.
That's the play. He steals Arctic Burn, and then he pops it, and then he steals Fury
Radiant
Swipes,
team's
and then
turn to
he's
pick.
from long distance.
That would be, if that actually happens, that'd be one of the sickest things I've ever seen.
It will do a good 100 damage to everybody.
Pow!
OG ban away the Shadow Fiend. It feels like Winstrike do need like you know,
How does he
they need
steal?
a winning carry.
10
Oh, we're saying
seconds
Fury Swipes. We
remaining.
mean Overpower. Apologies. Apologies. We meant
5
Overpower.
seconds remaining.
That one is actually our fault. We meant Overpower.
They could do core puck. They could also do support Nature's Prophet, but we're thinking it's going to be some sort of carry here.
Dire team's turn to pick.
Phantom Lancer. Yeah, Phantom Lancer versus Ursa. It's a good choice. It's going into an Earthshaker, though.
It's nice against Windranger, too.
Yeah. I think it's also kind of a block pick. Phantom Lancer would not have been bad against OG.
Yeah, you can also do a lot with that. There's, I mean, what kills it, right?
Yeah.
I guess Pugna. No, not even Pugna's very annoying. So for Winstrike, you need a
5 seconds
offlaner or a carry, because that Ursa can do either. And if you're looking at it,
you've got Axe and Legion are both bad versus Pugna. And I'm not sure how much you want it versus Invoker either. There's like Sven out there for carries.
Oh, that's a Marana. I like that. Then you have a Marana Shaker.
You've got a Maelstrom builder.
Yeah. Oh, so they're gonna actually put Iceberg on the Marana against Thompson's Revolutionary Quaswex Invoker who gets Spirit Vessel. Big fan of that.
Do you think Marana does better than Windranger?
I actually think that it's gonna be a non-Grata Earthshaker. So
so
mixing things up.
Support Windranger.
Yeah, support.
That's interesting.
I think that it's important for that Earthshaker to just get more farm.
Yeah.
So
because he's the hard counter to Phantom Lancer,
exactly.
they raised him in farm priority.
I mean, he's gonna need a BKB or something at some point.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Like this Earthshaker needs like 3 items to be really good in this game.
5
Otherwise, the
seconds
Pugnas are gonna
remaining.
just like
He wants an Aghanim Scepter. They are gonna do support Nature's Prophet, put the Seb Pugna, and so our lanes.
They're putting a lot on the. I have heard so much about this Thompson Invoker. I asked Rezo at the summit. I think he listed 3 mid players that he had played against, and he said they were all good. And then off stream, I'm gonna sell my boy Rezo out right now. I said, which one's the best though? And he said, I think Thompson is. His Invoker is super good. And Rezo, I mean, Rezo's actually pretty complimentary. Yeah, he just said that Thompson's a really good player. He said Thompson is sick good. So I'm waiting to see it.
All right, Thompson, you have been letting us down.
A little bit.
As commentators, we have pretty much gotten every bad game of Thompson.
Yeah.
Gods and Purge were saying they had some games where Thompson was zoning and stuff, but
I think I checked. Thompson in our games has been like 4 and like 27 or something. It's a real bad record right now. But they're winning those games. So we've got some weird jinx. Some weird.
Which would you rather? Well, no, that's pretty obvious. You would rather be.
You would rather win.
You would rather win.
Yeah.
If there wasn't money involved, would you rather look good but lose the game, or look bad and win the game?
Prepare for battle.
I'd rather win the game because I'm a winner.
I don't actually believe that.
Not even for a bit. Anyways, getting into the game.
You definitely would rather look good.
That's why I played on Zephyr. So Seb is going to have this win. He's just going to run at the lane. This is what Pugnas do best. He's got 357 move speed. Jarex is going to join him up there, it looks like.
Okay, so I want to kind of tackle this Pugna build. So I've been experimenting with Pugna offlane quite a bit. I don't think you need mangoes. I think mangoes are a trap.
You think mangoes are a trap?
Yeah, I think you get more stats. I think you get like circlet, maybe even a mantle, double tangos. I think you actually get fairy fire as well.
30 seconds to battle.
I think the important thing is that you utilize your stats to be able, and your movement speed and everything, to just right click the enemy heroes and secure CS better. You don't need mangoes.
You don't need mangoes.
You don't need mangoes. You have so much mana to start the game with. But we'll see how Seb plays it. And he's got a very good lane. Should be able to beat Ursa pretty handedly.
This ain't no snowball fight.
I learned that watching some pro. I don't remember what it was, but he was playing pub games.
Was it Forev?
No, it wasn't Forev.
Was it?
I follow a lot of Forev games, but it wasn't. That one was not Forev.
Okay. I'm not going to go down the list of people that you might have watched. Was it Kezu?
Thompson versus Iceberg mid. So I've heard a lot about Iceberg being a very oppressive mid laner.
Yes.
Is that how you would describe his style?
It's a good way to put it. He just runs at you.
Fortified their structures.
People are saying like he's just really annoying to play against.
Yeah, he just runs at you.
And whenever players say that, that is what, like one of the highest compliments.
Oh yeah,
I
because
think.
you never really want to give. The thing about it, guys, is that mid players, aside from a few, really hate giving praise to other mid players.
Yeah.
Because what that is acknowledging that somebody else could be good, and mid is an ego role.
Yeah.
Everyone has to be garbage compared to you.
Uproot and after them.
I've never heard a mid player compliment another mid player.
You got to be able to just know you can outplay that guy.
Yeah. No, people think of it as cocky, but I honestly think that if you play anything competitive, like realistically, of course, you might know your place, but you have to be able to convince yourself that you can perform at that level.
Yeah.
And so for Thompson, you know, if he just said, everyone sucks but me, I'm down for it. As the stun gonna fly onto No-Tail, he doesn't have a TP.
Nice Fisher block. They do have a TP scroll. He could have TP'd scroll.
Oh, he would have had plenty of time.
That boy did not have to give up first blood. But then at the same time, he would have had to run back to lane.
That is true.
So maybe he judged that it was better for him to continue his lane presence.
I don't think giving up first blood was.
I don't think so either, but you know.
Seb says Roshan after his teammate's death.
They could try. No-Tail just keeps on running and always want to fly. He just keeps on being super annoying. He does finally have his level 2, so if he dies here, he can come right back. He's just trying to create some space for Anna to get farm and not get shut out by that Earthshaker. And they will finally be able to net.
Oh, No Fear is maybe dead here.
They have a telekinesis. They bolt up in 8 seconds. Thompson is kind of busy at the moment. Can't rotate over.
He doesn't want to either.
Dude, look at No-Tail. He is committed to this. I'm going to run at you. It'd be super annoying. It just keeps on getting hit by Splinter Blast. They do not have the mana for a Fissure, but Nagrana has the movement speed because of the first blood that he can get a second kill now on Big Daddy No-Tail. Meanwhile, the Courier ends up going down, sniped out by No Fear when he picked up an Invis rune.
Man, this lane at bottom has gone disastrously, and more importantly, this this bottom lane's gone disastrously, and this mid lane, especially after losing the Courier, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt Thompson a lot.
But Thompson's doing fine because he's a Quaslex Invoker. This is like the one hero that shouldn't really care too much about not having access to a Courier.
You can't get harassed out of lane.
Yeah, exactly. Iceberg just has to be patient here, not die, and get his salve, and then he's gonna win this lane.
Thompson's positioning himself, threaten the Tornado and Cold Snap.
Spoiled that shot.
He's gonna pop the salve. Thompson, are you gonna throw out the Tornado? No hip check. Is just gonna let him salve up to full. You're never gonna just out harass with Mirana is the thing against a Quaslex Invoker.
Yeah.
The guy's regenning for 12. You pretty much hit for kittens.
Jarek's telekinesis. Seb's gonna be able to run him down. Does manage to get another blast, but the Decrepify comes after the blast. That might have made the difference.
No Fear's just gonna salve up. Seb, just getting very aggressive in this lane, is winning in CS as Iceberg is kind of getting shut right now in mid. Is CSing well, but just has to constantly ferry himself regen. Can't feel very good.
Managed to get the pull onto the hard camp. Silent comes in, does manage to snatch up most of the CS. Yeah, he gets it all. So nothing is denied away from him.
Yeah, in this bottom lane, this Earthshaker, he's got a bottle now, Cap. He's playing for the lane win.
Yeah. I mean, it's always like when you're really winning your lane and you can get bottle before the 5-minute bounty runes, it's so tempting, right? It's like, I'm going to have guaranteed 6 charges.
Yeah, as Anna is getting harassed real heavy here, but he does have a salve to work with.
Top lane, looks like they were trying to go on to Seb here. Also chasing Jarek's. He's already got 2 levels of the Fury swipes on him. Can't afford to let Silent get close enough. Jarek's just a bit faster than him.
He's gonna run into No-Tail here as... Oh, that might have just gotten No-Tail killed.
He does end up going down to the Splinter Blast. The fight continues. Nice shackle shot. Seb is going to be contest and have 10 magic stick charges. They're fighting over the bounty runes, and No Fear, he snacks it up and runs away. Seb's going to be beaten down by Silent. Oh, barely bottled up in time. What a bottle pickup by Seb. Jarek's going to try and stay alive underneath the shrine. They do decrepify up Silent, so he's a little bit slow and won't be able to catch up to Jarek's. They full healed up, so Silent's got to get out of here. Big Daddy No-Tail did manage to cut off No Fear. I'm not sure if he... How many bounty runes did they get?
Let's take a look. Winstrike got 3.
Maybe he denied one? Oh.
I mean, I saw No Fear take the one at top, and I imagine they took the two at bottom.
No, I'm only counting
Anna.
3 on the score thing.
Anna.
Anna?
Anna.
Anna? He's got magic stick charges. He's fine. He's baiting them in. He's baiting them in.
Radiant's
Look
top
at him.
tower
He's
is
getting me the all
under
chat.
attack.
He has doppelganger. He's going to dodge that. He does manage to turn around. Lands.
Oh, he
misses the fissure. Oh, no, not Grata. That is going to miss the kill. Anna's going to be able to land to make it. Oh, they got the splinter blast. They're okay. Still, though, not Grata will die. Seb is forced to rotate down here with no tail to be able to trade out 1 for 1.
He might have not had to die there if he hits that fissure.
Yes, I think so, too.
But Seb does not like that rotation.
No, he doesn't.
That's gonna force Anna to top.
I think it's more important than anything. He needs to hit the aftershock, right?
Yeah.
He's got the 1-1-3 build. Shackle shot latches onto Anna, trying to run into the Ursa lane. Immediately, it's going to be chased away. He does have a doppelganger. He's going to use it last second, but No Fear is going to try and run him down
back to back.
underneath the tower. Silence coming so close. Does have the clap. Does manage to get him. The Earthshock slows him down, finishes him off. Thrown into the tower. No Fear takes most of the tower shots. Jerix does not have a Fate Bolt for 5 seconds. Shackle shot doesn't actually land. And it's kind of hard. He is fearless, man. He doesn't care about Silent whatsoever. He really wants to be able to kill No Fear. Sees him for a moment, managed to get the paintball, but it wasn't quite enough damage. And now blocked in. He tried to block away Silent to get to the other side of the tree.
And now Silent might just pick up another kill. No Tail's getting low. One more hit will do it. He has
Decrepify? Seb? Can he actually save him? He's going to go for the light drain kill onto Silent with the blast. He does manage to kill him. Yes, No Tail does die, but Seb is going to pick up big time here. If he kills a core and a support as well, always want to fly, trying to get back to his tower, though, and Seb is going to give up chase.
Still not the worst trade in the world, but losing heroes back to back, especially the way that Anna died, is going to free up space at bottom, and this is really going to hurt his game and slow things down for him. Doesn't even have boots yet, just the Aquila.
Top tower?
As he fakes the lance, not going to throw it out.
It looks like Dire fortified their structures. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Seb, he sees all this. They also have a ward, though, so they see Seb, so they're not going to get close enough to get blasted, life drained.
Tower.
But they don't want to give up their safe lane tower.
This is ours.
So they're going to try and put a stop to the siege wagon push that is coming in with a Pugna Furion. They know how important towers are to this strategy of OG. Don't want to give up that early map control. They're going to be able to get the shackle shot on the set. He has Decrepify. Nice use of the sprout. Decrepify not going to go off just yet. Use on the Ursa. Life draining him up. Silence trying to get away for the body blocks. Beautiful body blocks by Seb, and Silent ends up falling. Seb cleans him up with the life drain. Now going to be able to maybe get the blast onto Always Want to Fly with the tornado hitting him as well. EMP, Always Want to Fly, definitely dead. No Fear is going to have to TP away. Do they have any stuns? Cold Snaps on cooldown.
Oh, they lost Anna again.
Get it. Anna. Did he get Echo Slammed?
He got Echo
He
Slammed.
got Echo Slammed.
Oh, this is the one thing that's going really well right now. Even though it's 5-8, OG is winning because they're getting the kills later onto the game that matters once people actually have net worth. But Anna dying like this, back to back to back, the 0-3-1 right now is the score for him.
Yeah.
And Non-Grata is going to have a very good game. Has a Soul Ring, Bottle, Treads already at just 9 minutes, and he's harassing down this tower early on.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Anna doesn't even have boots yet. Picks up the Gloves of Haste. Just got chased down by that Treads Earthshaker.
Medallion pick up for No Tail, and he's going to have his level 6 soon, so that's going to be a big spike for this support. He's already shown, like, yeah, he died a lot in lane, but he is playing a very aggressive support Nature's Prophet. And that body block with the treants earlier was a beautiful thing. Tornado into EMP, Thompson. Fight me, says to Non-Grata. Non-Grata will not oblige, or maybe he will. Always Want to Fly is going to come in. Arctic Burn slowing down Thompson, but with no mana on Non-Grata, I'm not sure really what he could do. He doesn't want to pop that Soul Ring. Already sitting at half HP.
That was hilarious.
The 10-minute bounty runes are coming up.
No Fear. Are you
No
really
Fear's going to do it
contesting this?
again. No Fear definitely wants to do it again. Power shots through. Shackle shot does pick up the bounty rune, runs away. Silent thought about going for Anna there.
So they're going to get 3 bounty runes again.
Yeah. No Fear. He's staying true to his name right now. Always Want to Fly. Caught the EMP to Decrepify combination here. Seb still has the life drain as well as another blast. So Always Want to Fly. He just can't get away.
Thompson. Always spamming that fight me.
Yes.
You know, somebody said, like, fight me, and it was like an Invoker line. I was like, what? It's a Legion Commander line. Why does Invoker have fight me?
I don't know. It kind of works for him.
I guess.
We haven't seen Iceberg, though, move once in this game.
Radiant's middle tower
He's
could
been
use some
very
help.
passive in the lanes. It's at bottom lane.
I can kind of see it though, right? Because he needs a
no.
Maelstrom
Dire have
against
fortified
the
their
Phantom
structures.
Lancer.
Yeah. You would just like to see him get at least a little bit aggressive here as...
EMP Tornado onto Nagrata. He does have the magic stick as well as the Soul Rain. They're going to pop the Winter's Curse to stop the life drain to let Nagrata get out. Thompson's a little bit low. Nagrata actually got executed. They had vision behind the tower and the Furion bounced over to him. Seb's going to use that vision to chase away always on a fly and secure the off-lane tower.
Well, that's a massive kill.
Top lane.
He's at 1100
Silent. He's going to try and run down. Which one is the real one? Oh no, he's struggling. He's falling for the bait. It's the wrong one. He's going to fake illusions and it's just fighting him right now. He's going to pop the enrage and now Silent, realizing that he went on the wrong one, is a little bit exposed. The arrow's going to come out, doesn't actually hit anything there. The Moonlight Shadow will finally protect Silent.
Oh, he's going to run into the sentry ward, though, but...
Dire's structures are
OG,
fortified.
if they had kept up with that, they would have killed him.
Dire's bottom
I guess they
tower
thought
is
he would
being
have just ran
chipped
straight
away.
back. That is not the case. He
Radiant's
kind of did a
middle
loop.
tower is under attack.
Winstrike still fighting for their lives here. 8-8 is the score. Both teams, regardless of what happens in the other games, would secure their fate with a win. OG, if they win this game, regardless of what happens in the EG versus Fnatic series, would secure themselves a top 4 despite starting the week 1 and 5. And for Winstrike, they only had 2 wins early on, but all can be forgiven with a win here. A 2-0 over OG would put them over IG.
Getting close to the blink dead, but Nagrata's been found again. He does have 2 supports coming in, so he can actually maybe beat this out. Thompson's going to be shackle shotted up. Nagrata's just trying to get a little bit of mana off the magic stick so he can Viscer somebody. And they're going to go for Seb. He hits it and misses the Splinter Blast because the Winter's Curse took up the damage. Thompson almost dies, but he still managed to get himself away. Now Nagrata ends up trouble. Seb's going to be slowed down by the Splinter Blast. Thompson, maybe he can help Seb out here. So many of these heroes are quite low. Finally, shackle shot, Echo Slam. They're going to finally finish off Seb, who had a mega kill streak. So that's 428 gold for the Mirana. Back over the mid lane and actually killed Silent at top and manages to TP out while Iceberg protects his mid-tier 1 tower. There's just action all over this play.
And just a silly death from Silent. They're just trading as Ana is recovering his game quite nicely despite the horrendous start. Is now ahead of the Ursa. Just a silly death from
Dire's middle tower is
Silent
under
there,
attack.
because he can't afford to do that. More importantly, you give up levels in this situation. Really big fan, by the way, of this Invoker. He feels like he's everywhere right now. It feels just so annoying to play against him.
I mean, he's just destroying this Earthshaker's game.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
The Ursa really can't play against a Quaswix Invoker very easily either.
Not at all as Jerex. Invis. No, he's smoked up. Near the area, as always want to fly.
Someone better help
I was
Dire's
trying to hold
middle
them back,
tower.
but this top lane, Silent, you've got to be careful here. This should be a very obvious
No fear.
gank attempt.
He's going
as
to pop
no
the
fear he
smoke.
sees.
Trying to go aim and get the shackle shot on him somehow, but now he's going to be caught. That magic
Dire's
damage
bottom
is
tower
so
needs
much.
some
No
help.
fear does not have raindrops.
It
I
looks
feel like Silent
Dire
got him killed
fortified
there.
their structures.
Well,
Because
he's
he
going
ran
to try
in.
and go for a kill, but Jarek's just stolen win run.
Yeah. You got to be more careful, Silent. You lost your mid tower, you lost your top tower. There's no way that anybody can be there for you.
Yeah.
As No-Tail.
Still ruining Nagrata's game. They know this Earthshaker is a core for a reason. It's going to be able to counter the Phantom Lancer, and it's good initiator as well onto the Invoker. So he's just making sure he can't get the Blink Dagger very easily. Over the top lane, they are going to be able to get a really good Winter's Curse onto Jerex. They do have the Iceberg to finish him off with a Starstorm. That'll be pretty easy. Now Silent is on top of Seb, running him down. Earthshock coming up in 1 second time. He tried to go for the TP out, but with the Decrepify on him, he takes more magic damage. So now No-Tail's going to be next up on the menu. Silent, he's been bullied this entire game, and he just wants a little bit of vengeance. Arrow's not going to be able to land on anything. Iceberg is trying to go for Thompson right now with the Cold Embrace, saving Silent's life. Is going to be able to heal him up significantly. OG are thinking about going back in, though. They're low mana on the side of Winstrike. That Ice Patch just doesn't hit, though.
They're going to try to secure the rune. It's about to come up in a second. The fissure. Nagrata saw the vision. Jerex trying to steal it. He wants it. He might just get vision of this for half a second, but unable to.
And that will give him his Blink Dagger. So now the game can change for Winstrike. Because even though if they're in a network lead, it actually doesn't really feel like they're winning, right?
No. Dude, it helps that they got they've got 3 out of the last 4 bounty runes twice now.
Yeah.
That helps. Or 3 times, in fact. 5, 10, 15. That's what makes the difference, Cap, in this net worth. But with the Earthshaker Blink Dagger, we'll see what he can do. Nangrata was so successful on that axe. And Iceberg, top of the net worth chart by a pretty healthy margin right now. 1,000 ahead of anybody in this game. Now things are starting to look up as OG, the Phantom Lancer, just trying to get into recovery mode, but he needs a minimum of 2 items if he wants to fight against this Earthshaker. And meanwhile, Winstrike's team is more or less ready, Cap.
Yes.
You've got the Blink Dagger now completed on the Ursa. You've got the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker. This is fight mode.
This is what was so concerning for Winstrike here, is that their lineup, it's supposed to win early, and they were just getting stalled out so much. Nangrata just couldn't get his Blink Dagger. Silence having a bad game. But now their items are finally online, and they can make some things happen, which is exactly why OG's just dodging them right now. No Tail's cutting creep wave. They've got Thompson with a double damage, taking the bottom tier 2. This is really not an efficient trade out for Winstrike whatsoever.
Not even close. 2 heroes accomplishing what 4
are
wondering about right now is Thompson now just gonna challenge the tier 3 a little bit here, and Winstrike, they've got to do something about this.
I mean, they gotta know.
The Silver knows you're in the top lane. Wagon, you've got to get back right now. This tier 4 is taking way too much damage, and you're playing against a Nature's Prophet.
That
just lost half health for nothing.
That is a huge mistake.
That's half health on a tier 4 when you're playing against a Nature's Prophet. All you're doing is giving OG an insurance plan. If fights go terribly, then No-Tail can just camp himself bottom.
I mean, they just stayed at the top. OG obviously knew you were there. They were not contesting that tower whatsoever. No fear, just TPs. They know Thompson's here. They know he's here. They had the ward counter ward combination. They really want this kill. Nangrata just blinked wildly into the Sentry, hoping to be able to find him, and I think Thompson is now tipped off about that.
Yeah, Thompson gonna back out as Silent now, pressing forward. He's got the strength of the rest of his team behind him, and this is gonna
just running at these heroes. He's gonna be able to find the real Ana somehow, and he's gonna go for him with the Enrage on him, but no longer has the mana, burned out by the EMP, so he needs to go back to the rest of his team.
Both teams seem a little bit hesitant to take this fight. There's no shrine available for Winstrike. So Iceberg almost out of mana, probably just want it back and reset off of this. And that is indeed what happens is No-Tail. This is what I was talking about. Because you allow this tier 2 tower to fall for nothing, and it's half HP, somebody always has to play in this bottom lane now. Because No-Tail will push it out at all times.
Yeah. And OG's lineup is just naturally very good at being able to go in and out in team fights. Right, so as long as they avoid the initiation from Winstrike and just kind of play, oh, we're running at you again, no, we're backing off, we're running it in, you know, you just give a lot of time for No-Tail to push in bottom, and eventually Winstrike has to blink. They have to break somewhere. Tornado EMP, they're going to be able to catch Iceberg. He leaps into the trees, pops another leap to make sure he can TP out.
And that is so annoying, that Tornado EMP. Nobody is having a very good time playing against it.
Jerix is going to be caught here by the Blink Dagger of Nangrata.
No Fear going to get the last hit.
Looks like he really wanted to be able to maybe refresh the wards down here to make sure No-Tail can freely push. Oh, look at Nangrata. Oh, dear. No-Tail. He is going to be able to catch him inside the Sprout. I'm not sure who this is better for. Looks like No-Tail's going to be the one who's caught in this situation, because at the same time, you had the Wind Ranger threatening the rest of these heroes and keeping them back.
And Thompson just going to invis out as he's spamming fight me
while running away.
That's the ultimate taunt.
And Ana this time will get the opportunity to push out bottom lane, getting relatively close to his diffusal blade.
This is the ripple effect of Dota, where you lose this bottom tier 2 tower, and so this is now a free area for OG to be in. What matters more, having a No-Tail or No Fear?
Question for the age. Echo Slam right down.
He's gone.
So much damage with the illusions.
Goodbye. Good night.
That is the thing, is they buffed the echo damage recently. You can see it when faced up against some of these heroes. No-Tail is going to be hit by Iceberg. He just does so much damage with the leap, but he actually doesn't get enough Maelstrom procs. Another leap is going to be blown, and now he catches up. But Iceberg has blown all of his leaps. He's got another one in 2 seconds time. It's going to come up. Winter's Curse laid out. It's going to stop the life drain, but now always want to fly. Kite by the ice wall and chipped away. Decrepify actually buys him a bit of time, but he's obviously dead eventually.
It was well worth it, though, for him to be able to save Iceberg's life.
Yeah.
Iceberg's gonna realize that he needs a BKB pretty soon too.
Yeah.
But this is the downside of this Nature's Prophet support, is that you don't provide the same team fight that Winstrike supports do. So the later this game goes on, it's going to be more and more awkward for him to play because right now, effectively, you're just a death. You're a walking ward machine. It's a level 9 Nature's Prophet. His talents don't scale the best for supporting either. And all he has is a Medallion of Courage and Treads, which he's had for some time. But
yeah,
they're doing a very good job of keeping their towers up as a result of this hero.
It's an interesting little tinker ward, I'm guessing, to spot out the Nature's Prophet when he pushes in top lane. But, I mean, as you said, like, when they gave up the bottom tier 2 and made it half health, oh, no, Grata! He really wanted to be able to get the bounty on that tier 1 tower. And he instead is going to have to go for the kill on No-Tail. Of course, that's obviously going to be worth it for No-Tail. Towers are worth way more than his life at this point. So he'll die eventually.
Gonna get the last hit.
Yeah. OG, see the space being created though. 3 heroes at bottom. They're free to push at top tier 2.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
They're pinging top right now. They want to take this fight. They don't have Echo Slam.
Mass TPs coming in.
Structures are
OG
fortified.
are going to be able to see this. They've already got the Nether Ward in place. The Moonlight Channel. They do have some detection up here, but the Night Shackle shot down. Thompson taking a lot of damage. They need to be able to finish him up. Iceberg, they lose the vision now, but the Winter's Curse goes out, and Thompson's going to start hitting Jerix, revealing himself as well. A double stun on the both of them. They do manage to steal on the Fisher. That buys Jerix a little bit of room, and they kill off No Fear thanks to Big Daddy No-Tail. Thompson tips No-Tail for giving him the only kill of the fight.
And that is an emphatic teamfight win. We talked about at Winstrike, they're going to win these teamfights.
Yes.
This Nature's Prophet doesn't provide too much. OG is trying to just play the outmaneuver game, and that's why Ana got the hell out of dodge. Immediately resumes pushing in that bottom lane, and Winstrike... the one thing about it is that Winstrike's not getting objectives. They're getting a bunch of kills, but they're being run around the map right now, and that's why OG, you still see them not at the worst deficit ever, despite being behind 8 kills. Because we saw the last time Winstrike decided a 5-man for a tower, they just lost so much real estate on the map.
Right.
Radiant's
I mean,
top
they
tower
need
is
to
under
basically
attack.
buy enough time for Ana to get Manta diffuse on probably Heart as well, right?
Yeah, you need a lot of items if you're going to feel comfortable fighting against Winstrike's lineups. There's just so much AoE clear.
Yeah.
You've got everything that the Wind Ranger does, her power shots. You've got the Splinter Blast, the Winter's Curse, Starstorm, the Maelstrom procs, Earthshaker's full toolkit. You've got the Earthshock from Ursa. Like, you need a lot of HP before you're going to take any fights. And that's why OG, for the most part, should just avoid at all costs.
Right. Shadowblade's now up for Non-Grata, so that'll give him a little bit better hunting abilities for Phantom Lancer, Furion, as well as Invoker. He knows they're trying to play a keep-away game. He gets arguably the best item to find heroes and kill them. Picking out Roshan right now, which is an interesting talking point. Winstrike do have the Ursa, but they lack the map control to be able to do it. They do have vision here. They're going to smoke towards it, or Shadowblade towards it, rather. Not Grata.
Shadows take us.
Moonlight Shadow going down. Are they all going to slip into Roshan, or is Silent going to use this positioning at Roshan to go in a little bit deeper? Pops his phase boot, gets hit by the scan. OG knew what's happening. So since they don't find any heroes, they just back up to do Rosh instead.
This also counts as an objective. You need something right now on the map as the Sunstrike going to get laid out. Winstrike might just do this anyways. The question is, do OG defend? I doubt it, because...
Do you defend Rosh or do you run it bottom?
You run it bottom. You can't fight.
Down.
Yeah.
No matter what, I think the idea is just avoid fights at all costs.
Yeah.
Like, even with knowing that they're in Roshan, you're going to have a dead hero. It's not
Grata wrapping behind, but Sentry's already put in place. Tornado looking to be able to hit the creep wave. Grata blinks back to the safety of his team. They do have the Winter Wyvern to be able to protect bottom lane. Good shackle shot, but needs to be able to get out. The blast barely nailed him. Silent. Ana ran in from the side. They are going to be able to get the Fisher. Grata does have an Echo Slam, but he doesn't pop it now. He has Blink Dagger. Echo Slam coming in. Nails Thompson. Silent's going to be able to go for the kill as well, but Thompson, he actually did the infinite Thompson. They don't have the detection anymore. They blink in and they do lose them on his first life. That's going to be the Aegis coming right back. Silent really low. The real Ana. Echo Slam countered by Jerix, but it doesn't do quite enough to finish off that Ursa. A little bit of cold snap. Nice Winter's Curse laid out onto Thompson, but he still has tons of HP. How does he have all this? He's hit by the arrow. Enchanted Totem as well. The cold embrace steal for Jerix, giving him a lot of Gonzalez killing everybody. The 5-man coming in sound. He's eaten out by Silent, and that is going to be a 5-man wipe, 6-man wipe, I believe.
Oh my lord, Non-Grata played that fight so well. Oh.
Radiant's middle tower has
I thought that
fallen.
Winstrike They were dancing on that knife's edge.
Yes.
It looked like for a second every hero was going to go down. The Ursa, his BKB was popped. He was starting to get kited, getting really low, and then always want to fly.
Dude, what about Jarex, though? He hits like a decent Echo Slam to get damage on Ursa, steals Cold Embrace to hit the Invoker while he's under Winter's Curse. Jarex tried so much to save Thompson. He basically turned into a Winter Wyvern.
Man,
and it still wasn't enough.
Always want to fly his positioning on the team fight. They just thought he wasn't going to be there at all.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy has boots and nothing else, and now he's got a Blink Dagger. Came in, riding in like Gandalf.
And this goes back to what you were saying. Like, they thought that was a 4 versus 5 with an Aegis. OG thought underneath the tier 1 tower, maybe we can actually take this. The answer's no.
No, you can't.
Winstrike's team fight is still stronger than you, even under those conditions.
And now you've got, if I'm seeing this correctly, a 10-second BKB on the Mirana. She did not have it in the last fight. You've got a Blink Dagger completed. Silent's going to get his Basher. You've just got a cavalcade of items flooding in. Non-Grata's going to get his Yule Scepter. Everyone benefited from that fight on the side of Winstrike.
Yeah. I mean, they all just picked up their items recently, and they all have something new. It's crazy.
Ooh, IG right now.
They're sweating.
They're looking at that 12K lead right now, Cap. I've got no idea what's happening in the EG Fnatic game, but Thompson gonna tornado bottom. OG can't feel very good right now about what's going on.
Neither can IG.
IG's dying inside.
Yeah.
They're thinking to themselves, guys, you're playing against a top 4 team in the group that is surging against who had the worst record. Please just get one win. But it looks like Winstrike, at least so far, are looking pretty comfortable.
They're in new form.
They're feeling it right now. You get to control your destiny. This is all you really want at the group stage in TI.
They are still, I mean, they just won a gigantic fight. They took a tier 2 and lost map control almost immediately.
That's what Nature's Prophet does to you. He's going to move you around the map. He's going to constantly spam his ulti when he gets behind. It's very similar to what Dro Ranger does. When she gets behind, you hit that precision aura button.
And how's he doing in the farm race? Trying to finish up the Manta, and then he already has the heart queued up, as we were talking about.
Yeah. Man, our production is so good. Our guy just walked over to tell me the story of the EG game, which I will not say.
Slam is going to be able to find Anna, but they have the support behind them. They were baiting out Anna, and they're going to be able to get the kill on Nangrata. That is big. A mega kill streak for Anna, who's already a little bit suffering in farm. And honestly, he's the only person who really matters on OG. His farm is the most important.
Oh, I can't believe you did that, Nangrata.
All by himself.
There was no one near you. You've been so good. You've been so good.
Just play with your team. That's been what. Oh, nice shackle shot. Moonlight Shadow sets that one up. Thompson is going to be nailed by the arrow. Godlike. Iceberg is godlike.
Iceberg is trying to win this game of Dota. Let him, Nangrata.
TP back from Jarex. They're going to give up on the side lane pushes. A little bit afraid of a impending mid push from Iceberg. Of course, he's not going to go for it. They just need to get better control of the lanes.
It's no fear. Going to push out this top lane. Now they've got to worry about their side lanes at all times, as OG has done a very good job of pressuring this. And the crazy part about it, the reason, guys, why I bring up lane pushing so much and why it keeps coming up is these situations that happen, because even though OG is down so many kills in 13K, they're leading the map because they have heroes that can deal with the waves at all times.
Yeah.
And all that means, if you win one fight, you're right in front of their base, and you presented yourself an opportunity to win the game.
And it's not like Winstrike, oh, they're going to go for the kill onto Wind Ranger, almost bursted in down, and now Seb's going to be caught by Nangrata. Tries to go for the TP out, hit by the Fisher instead. Oh, Sunstrike, he tried to find the kill onto No Fear with the help of the Nature's Prophet ult, but that's not going to happen.
Seb going to go down.
But yeah, Winstrike have pretty good lane shot themselves, right?
Yes.
Power Shot, Splinter Blast, they've got a Mjolnir hero.
I think the problem is they only have one hero that can catch.
Yeah.
And that's Nangrata. Like, you've got one killer. Mirana's great in team fights, but unless you hit the arrow, people just run away from you.
Yeah, and that's why Deb and No-Tail are playing so aggressive in the side lanes, because they know they can't. Same goes with Thompson, by the way, who managed to hit a 2-man tornado there. And Thompson. Set up, Jarex is going to hit the Fisher onto Silent, kiting him around, just keeping damage on him.
They got the dust off on him, and once again, the majority, this actually matters now. The majority of the bounty runes have gone the way of Winstrike. This has to at least represent 3,000 of their gold at this point.
Yeah.
They've gotten 3 out of the last 4. They got 4 of the last 4 in the last set. It's starting to add up here. As No-Tail, you start to see him switch gears. He's going for the Shadow Blade. He understands that split push is the name of the game. You've got to give yourself as many times to win team fights, as many opportunities to win team fights as you can.
Yeah. Thompson playing behind Anna right now. Iceberg's drawing a line. He really wants his team to just be with him right now, the top lane. But I can understand if Winstrike is a little bit scared of just letting OG push bottom so much again because of the early damage.
I think that Iceberg is like, guys, this should be easy, but the rest of his team is like, no. Because look at what No-Tail's doing. They're just always constantly splitting the map, applying pressure.
Always want to fly. Was hoping to be able to catch somebody with his blink dagger. Didn't get the Winter's Curse. Not Grata. Pushed out by himself.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, something I should know too is that Iceberg decided to go for the 12% spell amp. I think it was Tomato that told me that it actually does more damage for you than the mana break.
If you have like Mjolnir.
Yeah, if you have Mjolnir, it does a lot more damage.
That makes sense.
Than the mana break. Also, you have an MKB, right?
Yeah, that's true. And then you've got all your actual magic damage abilities like Starstorm.
He said he tested it a bunch and found that it was actually more.
You know what's crazy? They showed all these heroes in bottom lane, but they didn't actually push the wave.
Yes. Yes.
It's a double siege wagon wave. All right, now the team is top lane. Now they're going to go for it. They're just not hitting the creeps. They're trying to find heroes. But OG is doing really well just staying ahead of all this. Okay, Seb, that was an awkward force stat.
The thing about this is that you eventually do have to take a fight, though, if you're OG. What you're trying to do right now, guys, for people that don't know, is you're trying to lull Winstrike into this game where they constantly start splitting up and getting riskier and riskier. Then OG, at some random point, will gather up, take a fight. If they win a fight in front of your base, you have to force buybacks, and all of a sudden the game
just look at Iceberg, right? Like, he's been by himself a lot lately, and he just got forced into using his BKB. He's going to go for the TP out. The rest of the team is here, though. Silent does find Anna. Anna's already at half HP. Always want to fly, hoping for Splinter Blast. Doesn't get it. Anna's just running so fast. Thompson's here as well. They need to be able to get out. Always want to fly. He's going to get picked off here. And Silent, he's going to get caught by Jared. He can't TP away either. Popsy in rage, just futilely trying to put damage on Thompson, but it does nothing. But Echo Slam comes in. Maybe Anna. No, it gets Jarek Fisher stunned almost immediately. That's 3 dead from Winstrike. You said OG, lull them to sleep, lull them into a bad move.
That's literally what I just said, and that is what happens. And this is why split pushing matters, because eventually you are going to find an opportunity to get kills. You will find an opportunity if you're disciplined enough, and that's what happens. Because Winstrike, you stop thinking about the game in the same way. You see the frustration from Iceberg. He's like, guys, why are we not just winning fights? And his team's like, because we can't do anything about the lanes.
Yeah.
We only have one hero that can kill. That represents a threat on the map. And now
Fisher,
there might
2
be
man
more.
with a Sunstrike, not even needed. Iceberg, leap 1. Another, he's got 2 more leaps. He's good, he's good. Still though, great pick off there from Cherex. His stolen Fishers, putting in some work with a blink dagger.
IG screaming right now. They're saying, OG, do it up.
Oh, always want to play. Hit by the Fisher as well. What's happening? Winstrike's just falling apart.
15K.
Dire Snow fortified their structures.
There goes your lead. It's starting to dwindle. This is what happens when you can constantly push out the waves. Now it's down to 7.
Just went down.
They might even secure the bounty runes for once in their lives.
I was literally going to say they won that fight, but it sucks for them that they don't get Roshan. They've actually gotten so many pickoffs, they can take tier 2 and do Roshan still.
This is why if you're a viewer and you're like, why do these comebacks happen? It's because oftentimes one team can push in waves cleanly and the other can't. And at some point in Dota, farm doesn't really matter. It becomes more about the map control that you can lay out. You can lose heroes left and right and center, and as long as the lanes are pushed in, Winstrike's not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
But they might just reset the game here for themselves as...
Roshan, I mean, this is the thing, right? Roshan is a really important objective, and
it's something that you have... So, Kuro used to say Roshan is the best objective at forcing fights.
Yes.
Because they have to take this fight.
That is a really good way to put it, because
Yes.
this is like the one opportunity for Winstrike to finally get a 5 versus 5, but look at Anna. We said he comes online when he has his heart. He's got it now. Iceberg, he's trying to go for him. He's just fearlessly running at these heroes. The moment he gets his heart, he understands his timing. He understands his strength, and that is just to run at heroes.
Look at the situation. situation.
But Nagrana's here, man. The echo save instantly. He gets fissured by Jerix. Stops the combination. Might just allow Anna to be able to survive. He's not hit by the arrow. And now their initiator is dead. And Anna's going to go back in. He knows, he feels it right now. He's got the heart taking him up a little bit. He found the real one, though. He gets bashed up. Silence is gone. Oh, no. Aeon is going to side. The buyback from Nagrana is going to be able to catch them as well. With a beautiful shackle shot, they managed to get a Winter's Curse. Stolen by Jay. Arrow hitting No Fear. Arrow went right through. Doesn't actually hit No Tail. So they're only going to get Jerix. And sure enough, a fight is forced indeed around the Roshan pit. And in Roshan Bounty, that is the winning combination there for Winstrike. They're going to be able to take an Aegis and Cheese and might just finally be able to force a high ground.
That is a game-saving Winner's Curse by Always Want to Fly. If Thompson survives there, he can back up Anna, which is the only reason that Anna went in the first place. Anna's like, I've got my Invoker, he's got his full toolkit, I'm good to go. Oh, this Always Want to Fly. He's so on point.
Yeah.
It looked like 2 fights in a row were going to go bad, but he turns it. But yeah, talking about the Roshan, that's how you force fights when teams don't want to leave their base and they don't want to engage you head on. You just walk into Roshan. That's how
Nagrana found No Tail.
Nice pick off.
That is beautiful. Still got to deal with the bottom lane, but they are trying to take. Can they take the full racks though?
Oh, look at bottom lane. No Tail.
Instantly buying back, trying to put some threat onto that bottom lane. All these heroes are going to come in right as they finish up the melee racks. Winstrike, they're going to get caught here. Blinks ahead of the tornado. Iceberg committing, finish off the melee racks, and a beautiful Winter's Curse. Just trying to get them out anybody, but it's going to stall them from pursuing. And that was the problem. Winstrike, they were cutting it close. They were afraid that they might get into a bad
They
fight.
might re-engage your cap.
Nagrana
he's looking for it.
He does have some sentries out. They spotted him for a moment here. He's pinging where he's going, but he's not fast enough to catch up to him. Bottom lane, the tier 3 did go down. The range tracks took a bit of damage.
No Tail had a back for that though, and he's starting the shenanigans once again. Oh man, that fight was so close though. That would have been just OG's game.
Yeah.
At that point.
I mean, Silent also took like a... Oh, there's the Echo Slam, knocking in on Thompson.
They know that...
Seb, he has no Aeontis, but he did manage to blink himself away. No TP, though. He's going to have to tuck and hide in some sort of corner and hope he's not found.
Yeah, looks like they're going to give up the chase. And Nagrana's still looking for it, but he's gone the wrong way.
Courier got killed.
Courier is sniping
Have a
still.
scan. Not going to go for it, though. And pushed in the mid lane as best he could. He's got an illusion rune too, and that's really going to help him out. But they see him. They know where he is. And has got to be careful in his position. He's going to doppelganger out of that area. Silent tries to go for the Earth Shock, misses out. Will take a lot of damage in return. He's going to go BKB, immediately sprouted up by No Tail. They know where Anna is, and they desperately want this kill, but they just can't quite catch him. The supports are keeping them off of Anna. Iceberg throws out the arrow. It's not gonna land on Anna. Really almost did. No Fear on the other side of things is Wind running up. They're trying to sandwich onto him, but Always Want to Fly. Managed to get the Winter's Curse. It's on Illusion. That is just buying him a little bit of time, but at the same time, he blinks away. Iceberg and Nagrana need to be able to go for Anna together if they want to be able to take him off. Because of that heart's just too much HP. They go for an Illusion and evade him out. The real one's gonna go finish off Always Want to Fly. Iceberg's out of mana now. Nagrana might be able to stun him up. They just don't have that damage. Nagrana, he'll go for him first. Pops the cheese. A Fisher is up. He's gonna hit the real one. No, doppelganger actually dodges that one. Thompson hits him with the disarm. Now Silent comes in. Real Anna is found. Silent is so good at doing that. How did he keep finding the real Anna and beating her time and time again? The arrow catches Thompson. That's 2 down on the side of OG. The 2 cores do have buyback, but nobody else does.
Oh my god, these fights are so close for OG.
That is 2 fights in a row that Silent has found the real Phantom Lancer and killed him with his basher.
Got problems.
Both those fights look so good for OG.
Silent
at a moment's notice.
Popping the enrage, hit by the tornado though. And now, well, he does have BKB. He also have an ankle save. Immediately stopped though. Couldn't get the Fisher off, but the Abyssal Blade will be enough. Anna's going to come back with his buyback. Nagrana has no mana and no cheese this time around to make the fight go their way. Silent's going to be up next, trying to chase him down with a Phantom Rush. There should be a way out of here. Zep's on the other side to make sure that he gets the life drain kill as well. So they do buy back and they do win that fight. OG will hold.
And that's an important hold for them is No Fear, gonna run into No Tail.
If only he had detection, maybe.
But does not. And now all 3 of the 4 bounty runes are claimed by OG, but still resetting things a little bit. Their tower takes about half HP. Thompson doesn't have the buyback now. Still dead for 60, but with 2 heroes on the sidelines for Winstrike, that's just going to reset things for a little bit. And OG, they're not going to be able to take advantage of this. And all it really takes now for Winstrike is one little push, and you've secured yourself a main event slot. IG, watching with bated breath right now, can't feel very good about this.
Jarex. Seb with the haste rune trying to run down, always want to fly. He was showing himself on some no-tail familiars there earlier. No fear, actually.
Might have just saved him.
Yeah, that was actually a nice little Heal Scepter. Didn't realize he had that one, but eventually his win run is going to run out, but Moonlight Shadow keeps him alive. They managed to get the real one with that Winter's Curse, so he takes a decent amount of damage, but he still wants to go for the tier 3. He wants to force any buybacks he can.
Dire have fortified their structures.
An Iceberg needs to be here to deal with this. He's going to throw the triple arrow. Should not hit. It in fact does.
Oh my god, the Shackle Shot will latch, and Iceberg, he'll come in, get a lot of damage. They do have the Decrepify, though. That'll save Anna pretty easily.
And they should get out right now. Heroes are starting to...
Little bit surprised there that they didn't try and go for the bottom lane of Rax if they wanted to force things.
I feel like it's a hard force.
Yeah.
You don't want to overcommit for that. Top's in your main control. That's the thing, is that this guy is your entire team's control factor. Unless you're going to just rely on Jarek stealing Fissure.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have Shackle Shot, but you just want some way reliably to deal with stuff like that.
Right. It feels like OG's really close to finally being able to win fights. Is it just this next item? Is it just like Scotty and what is it, Lincoln Sphere for Thompson?
I feel like they just have to position themselves better against the Winter's Curse.
Okay, so it's more about positioning and play than items at this point?
Yeah. They're waiting around the Roshan pit, but won't respawn for at least 2 minutes.
Double damage.
So they're just going to try and use this double damage rune.
Yeah, it's only an 11k deficit right now for OG, which is ridiculous considering that they had a buyback. They lost Thompson almost immediately after to the Echo Slam.
Seb, sneaky little guy that he is pushing in the bottom lane. No Tail's going to join him here. They really do not want to get into a fight right now against Winstrike.
No, not with no buybacks on their course.
So they're going to try and risk their position here. Now, fortunately, being able to kill the Strides really helps. No Tail's been doing that with his Treants, and that kind of kills one of the TP locations to be able to defend these areas.
Yeah, and Winstrike with only one tier 3 tower left alive. Have to be careful about this.
Do Winstrike not keep track of when the Roshan spawn?
I don't think so. I mean, this game is really hectic, to be fair.
They're probably losing their mind. Winstrike, no fears, just trying to find any wards he can. Vision is a huge part of being able to split push successfully, right? So Winstrike need to be able to control the map as much as possible. Silent's going to go for a late game battlefield. It's an interesting one.
Mainly to just deal with the Sprout.
Yeah.
And also, it's really nice against the PL if you think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's dual function.
It's like one of those, like, you have to have a tree eater somehow, and
it actually kind of just works out nicely.
That does damage. Yeah. But unfortunately for Ursa, you're not getting Fury Swipes. You don't get any cleave off of that, so
that'd be bro.
His damage will be minimal.
Everyone would rush.
You just ancient stack and then just cleave onto one of the bigger ancients with Fury Swipes.
He still hits kind of hard.
Shadows take us.
It's true.
Seb is at bottom. He's got to be careful about this right now.
Seb blinking forward. Silent spotted him for a moment. Blink for Blink does manage to get the Invisible Blade. Now he does have an Aeon Disc, but so many disables. Nograda's just going to be able to keep him locked down. Force Staff, Nether Ward. Seb does not have anything else up in time. No Tail quick to be able to TP out. Just replace this ward. They had another one earlier here.
He has placed that ward 100 times over.
Yes. And the thing is, the enemy team doesn't expect it because it's a global teleportation placing that ward. Like, how are you supposed to keep track of that?
Yeah.
Let's count the seeds of
Iceberg, MKB, Butterfly, Hurricane Pike, BKB. This is a very stacked Mirana.
Roshan is going to spawn in 33 seconds. going to be Winstrike's next objective. They're very cautious about it.
Battle Fury's up, and Aghanim Scepter is almost here for Silent as well.
Yeah, and there's no buyback still on the 2 cores, the important ones from OG.
Yeah. So if they can get this Roshan, are they really going to try and do this before Roshan comes up?
No, I think what they're trying to do is force them back to the base.
Okay.
I'd imagine so. I feel like there's no reason for you to risk this pre-Rosh.
Yeah.
I guess Seb's dead, so you might want to hit it a little bit, but I feel like Winstrike should disengage.
All right, they're in.
Not much good's happening to
They're in it to win
Radiant's
it.
bottom tower.
Guess they feel like their lanes are in a good enough
Oh, they're going to be able to jump in. They immediately blow up Jairus. He's been up risky one, but he does have a buyback. BKBs have been blown off both sides. Echo on 2 and a chance to draw somebody with the Manson. Does manage Doppelganger himself away, and Thompson gets back to the fountain. He will be able to heal up, and Anna is just playing with the illusions right now. The BKBs are going to wear out and Winstrike, and now OG is their turn to be able to strike. Sunstrike actually misses out there. The arrow not hitting Anna, and he'll Doppelganger back. All they lost was a tier 3, but a lot of BKBs blown by Winstrike. A risky maneuver, but they don't get punished for it.
Yeah, always want to fly, use the Winner's Curse onto the Invoker, but he has a Lincoln's now.
Oh, no tail. That Arcane Rune couldn't possibly have been worth it, could it, Scythe? And Grana's gonna go on top of the Sunstrike. He does manage to kill. No fear, no tail with the Sprout control up, and now Grana's gonna be caught. There's the OG. They're gonna bail out. No tail. The Arcane Rune was worth it. They might just be able to get Roshan because of this.
They bought back on the Wind Ranger. The Earthshaker doesn't have it. This could have just been disaster right now. So everybody from OG wants to come back into this. No Tail's got a Hex now, too, to work with.
They need this Earthshaker Echo Slam so badly against Anna. I just don't see how Winstrike could take a fight without it.
Oh, this might have just been a mini throw here. Winstrike, they're thinking
Arrows
about
coming
it.
out. The real Anna is there, charging forward. He goes for the back line, but immediately gets Shackle shotted up. One hit from No Fear. Seven's on the side, trying to go for the line drain. Daxberg will be able to get the start so far. No Hero's dead from OG just yet. When Silence already popped his in range, and Anna's trying to get out of Anna. Iceberg's out of Anna, stuck inside the Sprout. He's going to be beaten down by Thompson eventually, and so is Silent with no BKB and no enrage. OG win the fight again. They just can't do it without their Earthshaker. They're have to give up on Aegis Cheese and a refresher shard as well.
I cannot believe that Winstrike decided to take that fight. With the Earthshaker dead, I mean, sure, they've got Aegis. You're going to give up Aegis, but it all starts with that no-tail bait.
Where he goes.
Anna's got a Scotty. If he gets a butterfly as well, I'm not sure if Winstrike can beat him anymore.
It's a 3K gold lead right now for Winstrike. How the mighty have fallen. IG cheering their hearts out.
They may just have one more chance. Seb's going to come forward to crap fight, just hoping to be able to catch anybody, because as soon as they hear the fight, oh, the Shackle shot! Can they actually get here in time, though? Jairus comes in, steals a power shot instead. Tornado will stop that TPN. No, what a Winter's Curse. That's going to be able to hold him in. That's going to be Jairus with a dieback. But Anna just charges forward. Does kill always want to fly, but the X-Flame, they're going to be able to bring him down. That AoE damage is tones up for Anna to be able to deal with, but he does have a second life. Silent, he has an Abyssal Blade and an arrow. They can just chain stun him once again. OG, they're trying to fail with the Decrepify. They might just be able to do it. He doppelgangers away, still doppelgangered up. He does manage to get a bunch of illusions out. Silent doesn't have the BKB. Noggarda's trying to save him with the Force Snap. Managed to get out a little bit farther. Decrepify's just slowing him down with the Cold Snap as well. They can't let Silent die, but they can't do anything to save him. At the same time, another tornado comes out, and that's enough to finish round 8. No! Seb gives the Marauder as well. That's it. GG is the call from Iceberg. Winstrike, they don't get their win against OG, and they will be forced into a tiebreaker. An elimination against IG.
Winstrike have to be kicking themselves right now because they had this game dead to rights. They controlled their destiny. They had this. And now they've got to play an elimination tiebreaker game against an IG squad that have to be over the moon.
OG split pushing to a